What's going on? Welcome back to another video. My name's Elliot Drake, and today I'm going to go over how I've managed to get a six-figure income at the age of 20 with no college degree. And so why am I making this video? And the reason is because I want to be able to educate you. I want to share what it is that I did, my backstory, and just allow you guys to understand how this is possible for everybody. So if you guys are new to who it is that I am in my channel, my name is Elliot Drake. I'm a 20-year-old serial entrepreneur, and I started off in a digital marketing space. And this whole channel is around how to succeed online, and specifically by starting a marketing agency and a service-based business. So we offer services to people or businesses in return that they pay us money, normally on a monthly retainer. And so let me just get into it, right? So how have I got to this six-figure income mark at 19 years old, but now I'm 20. So how did I do this? And let's just take a big step back here. Let's back it up. I'm in my office right now using this window for this video. But anyways, and just a preface, this video is to motivate and inspire and also teach you what really it takes to get to that level. And it's really not that hard. So let's go back to my backstory. So growing up, I lived with my grandparents in Indianapolis, Indiana, where I'm currently at. And I lived with my grandparents because I had just some family issues with my mom and my dad. My mom and I kind of weren't super close after some things just happened. And then my father battled with a drug addiction most of his life. And he battled with this drug addiction, and it basically just caused a lot of issues in the family. And so I lived with my grandparents and all through high school. And then my sophomore year of high school, I hit just a point in the road where I realized that I was 100% responsible for everything that happened in my life. I was going to go the college route. I was going to go and get a degree, which I was already in high school. I was got accepted to the Academy of Finance, which I actually have college credits, but I never went. But that was my goal. And then, my dad committed suicide. He passed away. And it was from this experience where I was like, I need to find a way to get out. I'm 100% responsible for my life. I'm not going to go to college and get in massive amounts of debt, which is a big issue. If you guys didn't know this, but with a normal today's interest rates, if you go to college and rack up $100,000 in debt, and you settle for a $40,000 a year job with all your living expenses and just averages, you can never pay back that student loan. And so this was something that, I thought of. So I was like, how can I make money from my laptop, and how can I make, a lot of it so I can change my life and do a lot of amazing things? And that was how I got introduced to social media marketing. And while I was in high school, all I did was I was just literally learning online, and I started my own agency. And it went really well at first, but I realized that there were things that I did not know, and I recognized the value of having a mentor. Growing up, I never had a normal job. I started by flipping sneakers, and then I graduated to I had a clothing line, and here locally in Indianapolis, a lot of people bought it. We got into the event scene, and then something happened at an event where we invested a lot of money in all this clothing, and then actually the performer was 21 Savage. We did a clothing collab for the event, and he was up there, and then a fight broke out. Pepper spray went everywhere. He went off stage and no one bought a shirt. We lost a lot of money at the time, which was about $6,000, but at that time in high school, that was a lot of money. And then that led me into the digital marketing stuff. And so I started my agency, and I could not get past that $2,500 a month mark. And so I was like, I need a mentor. And so what happened is I reached out to a guy that ran a big agency, and I was like, hey, let me work for you for free. I want to learn this business. And he basically he's world renowned. He has a lot of people hitting him up. And the way that I got to him is I've always known to leverage relationships. And so I leveraged someone who knew him, built the relationship, shared my story, and then he connected me with him. And anyways, connected, said all that, and then he sent me 130 hours of his training. And he's like, study this. I'm going to fly you out to Arizona in 2 weeks, and I'm going to quiz you. And if you pass, then I'll mentor you, and I'll take you in and teach you how to do everything, and I'll hire you. You don't have to work for free. So long story short, flew out there, literally did nothing but just watch all this content, studied everything. And then I went out there, passed, and then that just completely changed my whole entire life. I went from a kid who was living in his grandparents' dad had just committed suicide, and to basically traveling all over the world, working on clients like the Golden State Warriors, Ashley Furniture, got to speak at big mastermind events, sit in rooms. I got to speak at mastermind events where like clients were paying them $25,000 to $10,000 a ticket to be there, which was absolutely insane. So I just got basically immersed into an environment that was just, I can't even put into words. I've gotten to speak. I'm an international speaker technically because I've gotten to speak in Singapore and other parts of the world, as well as all over the United States, because I had that mentor that taught me how to run Facebook ads, how to manage clients, and all of the business side of a social media marketing agency. And then I worked there for a year, worked my way up in the company, just found that this was something that I really got and it clicked. And what happened is I was like, hey, listen, I'm ready to go out on my own and start my own business. And what happened was I started that business and I duplicated the same thing that I learned while working there, and it worked. And within 3 months, we were already at the 6-figure mark, and we just continued to scale. And just so you know, like with a social media marketing agency, the 6-figure mark a year profit is kind of the benchmark that you want to go at the start. And so what I was doing there is I was offering services to business owners and also online influencers and helping them grow their business through funnels and running paid ads, right? Local businesses, we would generate them leads through Facebook ads and other forms like that, Google My Business and, Google ads. And then for influencers, we would build out full marketing funnels and do big launches and things to sell their online education programs and things of that nature. And so fast forward, I kept doing that. We scaled the team up to about 8 people. And whenever I say 8 people, we had freelance contractors that worked for us. So a freelance contractor is someone who is not a direct employee, but they just do the service delivery, which was something that we had to do. And then they're responsible for their own taxes, and it's just a lot easier. Plus, it's better for talent. And then I hit a point in the road where, I had a lot of people that were messaging me like, how do you do what you do? And then I was doing one-on-one consulting, and then I realized like my time is the most valuable asset that I have. I can't keep doing that. And so then I built landclients.com, which is my education business, which is what helps everyday people start and grow their own successful online business. And that's where I found my passion. I found my passion in teaching and watching myself transform those students' lives. And so I decided to take House of Influence, which was my agency at the time, and merge it with some other partners and connections that I had. And we all formed together and went to Mission to Market, which is a full digital agency where now we have the capacity and clients from Fortune 500s, where we've worked with Quicken Loans, Wells Fargo, ESPN, and Fox on certain projects, all the way down to we're able to scale the small local businesses through some of the software we built for like Google My Business and just things of that nature. And then that led into now I'm a partner of a software company that emerged from the digital marketing agency called Kennected, which is basically an automated lead generation system for LinkedIn for people who are wanting B2B leads, right? And that's basically how I've gotten to where I'm at now. I'm over a 6-figure income, but it's in the 6-figure range. I'm never going to really be public and let you guys know exactly what I make. That's just not how I am. But yeah, that's kind of my story. And I want to make this video, I wanted to showcase kind of my story and how I got there. And then now I want to go into like how you can do this too. There's all these people out there screaming all these different business models at you, and that's great. That's all well and fine. And, it's important to, figure out what your strengths are and what you want to do. But all that it comes down to whenever you're trying to get to that six-figure mark, trying to start this online business, is what value do you bring to the marketplace? Let me repeat that again. What value do you bring to the marketplace, right? And that's really all it's about, like what are people willing to pay you to do? A college degree is great for some people, but it's not for everybody, right? If you have a skill that people are willing to pay for that helps them get a desired result, they're going to pay you. And personally, I might be biased, but if I look at all these other business models, because the person I'm talking to right now, you probably, you want to make more money, you want to feel more fulfilled, you want to escape that 9 to 5. Maybe you're in college and you don't think this is the right thing for you. College isn't the right thing for you. I think that starting a service-based social media marketing agency is the best thing that you could ever do, and here's why. It's going to teach you lessons that are going to help you for the rest of your life. I've learned how to deal with clients, which is improving my communication skills, right? At a young age. I've learned how to send invoices. I've learned how to run ads and market companies, which is going to help me in any other, and it has helped me in any other business that I've started recently, and it's going to help me forever, right? It's not a lot of startup. It takes hardly any money to start a social media marketing agency. The only thing you really need is education on how do I get the client that result, right? And then being able to charge them, and it teaches you how to get clients. It teaches you just so many foundational lessons that are overlooked, and I think that are very, very important and will help you thrive in all aspects of everything, right? And some of the services that we do, we're more of like we're more higher ticket. Our prices have ranged now, but as a beginner, if you can find the right business owner, like say, an accountant, or just like local businesses that need more traffic in the door, and you can run, say, Facebook ads for them, or you can create their like Google My Business listing, which I have other videos about that, and you can bring clients in the door. They're willing to pay you monthly retainers from anywhere between $1,000 to 3,000. Maybe you can even get up higher, but I'm just saying for the simplest and for when you're starting, we have clients at the $10,000 a month range, but you don't need to focus on that, because those types of clients are Fortune 500 big clients, take a lot of work and time and management. What you guys can focus on is find those local businesses where you can, say, run Facebook ads or build their landing pages or websites, and they will pay you on behalf of that, because there's so much value in that, and start to build that book of business and start to learn and land clients and build that. You can easily get to that six-figure mark. So say that you're offering a service to a business owner that you're charging them $1,500 a month, right? And you're bringing them leads in the door. And so you ask the business owner, you say, hey, Mr. John, if I brought you 10 qualified leads, how much out of those leads, how many would you convert? And he'd say, let's say 10%, right? So if we sent 10%, that'd be, right? It'd be 1, right? So 10% of 10 is 1. And so how much would that lead be worth, right? What is the value per lead? So like we have 10 leads, they think they can close out of the 10 leads, one of them. What is that one client worth to your business if they close? And, say that the leads are, say it's a home restoration, and like it's worth $15,000, right? So if we close one of them, that's like 15 grand in the business owner's account, right? So you can easily charge. So if you send at least just 10 leads in this scenario, you can do a lot more through running ads for them. And out of 10 that you send, they will say that they'll close 10%, so they can at least close one, which is $15,000 in their business. Why in the world would they have an issue with paying you $1,500 to do that service for them every single month? They wouldn't, right? They do it all the time. Every business needs marketing, right? And that's what a social media marketing agency business is we help businesses get more leads and leverage social media marketing. There's obviously a lot of things that you can do, and I have plenty of other training. This is really for the beginners and honestly for, people who are kind of new to my channel, or if you're already here, you're probably watching this, just to kind of refresh you and allow you to get to know me a little bit more. But, if we just do the math, so if we get 7 clients, right, which is, you can do all of this on your own. Obviously, once we scale, we have employees and people, we're in an office, we have multiple rooms. People are here. I kicked them out of our conference room so I can make this video, right? But you can do all of this. You can have 7 clients. You can get clients from anywhere around the world at, say, $1,500 a month. And you get 7 clients at $1,500 a month. That's $10,000 a month, right? If you're at $10,000 a month reoccurring for 7 clients, right, that's $126,000 a year. And it's basically all profit. It's all profit. That $1,500 is what you take to manage their ad, you take to manage that service. And then if you're running ads for them, well, then you get your $1,500 plus they need to allocate $500 to say $1,000 for you to spend on ads. And then you get those 7 clients. It's $126,000 a year working from your laptop. You get to travel all over the world, do whatever you want, as long as you keep those clients. And say that you land one every single, say you land a client a month. It takes you 7 months to get to that mark, and you should be able to get more than that. Boom, you're already there. And say you just take that $26,000 and you want to give someone a salary to manage it, maybe a virtual assistant. Boom, you're at that $100,000 a year mark. And it's just all because of value. People have these limiting beliefs that you need this college degree or you can't do it. No, you can do and learn anything that you want. You can go and business owners will pay you as long as you have the value. So the only thing that you need is just the knowledge. And we live in an information age. You can go and do and learn anything that you want. It only just takes the time and being resourceful, and also learning from the right people. I would say find 3 people that you really learn from. Find people some people that I learned from, right? It's Russell Brunson, Ed Milet, and then Sam Ovens. Those are really the only 3 that I put my time and soak up all their information very heavily, because if you listen and try to talk to lots of different people, everyone has a different paradigm of thought, which it makes it harder. You know what I mean? It just does, because whenever the people have a different paradigm of thought, it doesn't mean that one person's is better than the other. It just means that everyone just has different things and it can steer you in different directions, right? In finding a mentor, a mentor changed my life, but you can have virtual mentors. I spend thousands, tens of thousands of dollars on online programs and trainings, and people have a flawed belief about that, which I do it to this day. I just buy bigger ones because I'm on different levels. Life is just about, when you're starting, you start at the square one, right? It's a constant journey. It's a compound effect, and you have to start small. You can't jump to a top of the ladder right away. You have to go one step of the ladder at a time. One of my mentors, his name's Greg Allen. He's a commercial real estate investor. He taught me that. He said, Elliot, you know why people always fail is, and I might go into his office and he sits there. He's worth a lot of money. He's very, very successful, and I've been blessed to have him in my life. And he does this almost every time I go over there, even to this day. I talk about all these new businesses I have going on, and everything I've got going. We're growing. Look at it, And he just says, Elliot. He walks over, because his office is in the garage, and he'll walk over to the wall, pull up the ladder, and set the ladder in the middle of the floor. And he says, Elliot, you know why people are successful? And I say, why? He says, well, there's 2 reasons. There's one is, people will look at the top of the ladder, right, in all facets of life, but we're just talking success and achievement and money and things like that right now. They look at the top of the ladder and they see how far of a jump it is, and so they never jump. They give up, they settle in their life, they go the easy route, and they never chase and achieve their dreams. Or what they do is they look at the top of the ladder and they try to jump up and they fall down and they don't get back up. They give up, right? They fell and they just don't go. And so he says the key to success and to being successful is to go up ladders one step at a time. People underestimate what they can do. They underestimate what can be done in, say, a year's time, but they overestimate what can be done in a day. And so people get discouraged and they try to do all these things, and then they're not seeing the growth really fast, and so they give up. And so for you is, as you're starting out and running this business and you want to get to that six-figure mark, it's make those small steps every day. And like success thrives in like, what's your habit? What are you eating? Like, who are you learning from, right? How much time are you putting into your knowledge? And just how resilient are you to getting to where you want in that goal? And so I encourage you, I want you guys on this video, if you're not subscribed, please subscribe and watch my other videos if you're wanting to start a social media marketing agency and follow in my footsteps of how I've been able to do this at 20 years old. I did the six-figure thing at beginning, like right when I turned 19, but for the sake of the video. But I want you to comment your goals. If your goal is to grow your social media marketing agency to X amount, I want you to comment that down below. I want to engage with you. I want to help you and hold you accountable to those goals. I actually have a goal sheet that I fill out every month. I have my employees fill out, my personal students and lane clients accelerator. I have all that. I have them fill this out, and there'll be a link to it down below. There also, if you want a more in-depth training, like an hour-long training on how to start a social media marketing agency, there'll also be a link in the description to that as well. Comment that down below. I want to hear it. And the importance of goals, like set an actual number. Like tell me where you're currently at, right, when in this business. Like whether you've just started out, you're new to the channel, like you've never heard about it, you're trying to learn, or maybe you have a couple clients. And then what is your goal for the next 12 months? Where, like, a specific monthly dollar amount, and like put some life things in there too. Where do you want to be financially? And then where do you want to be personally, spiritually, mentally, in all aspects of your life? And I'd love to use this video to hold you accountable. Comment on other people's things. I really want to build a community and all of us to help each other out to see the goals and reach that success. So I just wanted to make this video. I know it's a little long and it's a rant. I tend to rant a little bit, but I really appreciate you guys, and I'm here for you. This channel is my way of giving back and wanting to help and serve other people, is because that's where I found my passion. I first found my purpose through entrepreneurship and helping business owners and running these businesses and helping my employees and all of it. I just love it. I'm addicted to it. And then I found like my meaning and just my passion through helping and educating and watching other people grow. So I'd love to help you out. So that's going to be it for this video, guys. My name is Elliot Drake, and I look to see you guys in my next videos. Talk to you soon. See ya.